there's some liberal up there cutting down fence. Hey, welcome back. Thanks for joining. Today's episode, we're going to do something a little bit different. Not something that's on the air. It's antennas on the air. I've always wanted to do an episode of Willet antenna. So up behind me in this mountain here, geez, at least 40 years ago, they took a fence down, but they just piled kind of piles of fencing and pieces of it are all over the place. So I've been bringing it down and out of the forest because deer and elk and everything else, you know, cut up their feet and everything. So before you call the sheriff and say, hey, there's some liberal up there cutting down fence. No, this stuff has been laying on the ground for a long time. So we're going to build a 20-meter dipole and see if this thing will antenna. So let's get cracking. All right, I guess Ray's going to help me here. First thing, here's a small bit of the barbed wire fence that I brought down. So I'm going to unreel this and cut two 16.5-foot sections for the legs and maybe make them just a little bit more. And then we'll hook them up to a 1-to-1 balun I had in my kit. I brought a whole bunch of stuff with me when I came up to my summer home. So play with different things here. So then we'll hook it up to that and throw a tuner on it, get it tuned up, and then hook it up to the radio. Don't know if we're going to be able to get all that done today. Might have some more thunderstorm come through. And putting wire up on a big pole with me around and lightning striking just isn't, it's not my idea of fun. More like sheer terror. All right. So, Ray, you want to build an antenna? Yeah, she's like, yeah. Wags her tail, that means yes. So step 2 is take your gloves off so you can tear your hands up. And I'm going to try to clean off this end here. This stuff's pretty rusty, been laying out. Like I said, this stuff has to have been out there for like 40 years. Just laying all over the place. So we'll get it cleaned off. And I'll put a bunch of flux on it and see if I can't get us some decent something to solder to. I'm going to solder a couple wires on here because putting this directly on the balun is just not gonna, it's not a good idea because those pins are not strong enough, and this stuff is a huge pain in the butt to work with. So hopefully there's 2 wires here. I could, you know, if I wanted to, I could take this thing apart and basically I'd have my 2 wires, one that has barbs on it and the one that doesn't. I really don't want to do that. I'm just too lazy, and it just invites more headache. So hopefully I get enough of this off, and then I'll wrap the wire in there and do that. So I'm going to clean off both these ends here, and we'll get cracking. This stuff, you really want to be wearing gloves, but goofing around with this stuff. You thought that MFJ copper cladded wire was springy. This stuff is horrible. So I'm going to basically put this through here and then we'll solder it on. I'm going to wrap it around there so we get a good connection. Now, just for fun, let's make sure that we have some kind of continuity between this end wire and somewhere else on this stupid thing. So I'm gonna put that there. And if I can put this anywhere, yeah. Okay. So that's the solder welds are good. I figured a soldering gun on that much wire I'd be goofing around forever. So hey, why not get the torch out and just go at it big time? Because, you know, who doesn't like a lot of fire? All right, let's go on to step 2, which is, this stuff is super springy. It's a big pain in the butt to work with. It's going to cut you all up. Now the big challenge is going to be trying to get it up on a mast, hooked up to this stinking balance. So I'm going to use some zip ties and connect that all up. So I've got my zip ties here. Those are my insulators. I got my conductors coming off here. So now all I got to do is connect them up to this ballon from LDG, a little 1-to-1 ballon, and then zip tie this on. It's definitely rinky-dink and temporary, and that kind of is the whole point. So just one tip as we go along here, I'll add, you shouldn't do this around small kids or kids that you don't want to learn bad language, because there's a lot of that flying around as you poke yourself on this barbed wire. It's so much fun. Okay, let's get going. All right, so 2 problems. One is I got another thunderstorm just moved in and it started to rain, so not going to goof around with that right now. Number 2 is I need to figure out a different support, because with this springy, heavy wire, it's not going to be able to hold that up. So I'm going to come up with maybe a wooden beam, or I don't know. I'm going to rig something up, but it's going to have to be tomorrow because I think we're done here. This is the setup. This is going to be a little bit stronger pole. A little goofy, but it's a 20-foot section of pipe. May have been used for the well back here, but been laying up here for years. So a little twisted and stuff, but that'll get us up in the air. So let's see if we can get it up. We've got a weather window here, short one, and let's see if we can tune this guy. So, all right. What do you think, Ray? Should we tune it? So we're way too long, and what I'm doing is I'm taking it and folding it back, and I've got about a 1.5 foot here that I'm bringing back. What do you think, Brant?
Looks good from where I'm at.
My neighbor came over here and helped me because he was doubled over laughing over there and figured, well, he'd save his stomach muscles for another one.
I was trying to be subtle.
All right, so we're going to take this up and get another reading. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but I've gone to plan C here, which is the Arbor's line, and then I've got her tuned 327, 14.327. What's the latest scan indicate? I'm right at about 14.023. It stays at 1.5 or below up to 14.207. So I might shorten just a little bit. We're almost there, and we're gonna get on the air. Got my gear out here, so we're gonna lengthen it or shorten it one more time, and then we're good to go. Okay, it's jumped up to 14.295, but we can run sideband easily, so let's get on the air. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is November 1, Charlie Lima Charlie calling CQ, CQ, CQ on the 20-meter band.
Kilo Yankee 4 Tango Golf.
Kilo Yankee 4 Tango Golf, QSL?
QSL.
Roger, Roger. I got you 5757 here in Arizona, right on the New Mexico border. Where are you located?
I'm in south central Kentucky. Don't know if you're familiar with that area, but I'm about 15 miles east of Bowling Green, where they make the Corvettes at.
QSL. Well, thanks for the contact. I got you almost 5'9" now, going into a barbed wire and 20 dipole.
Yeah, roger that. Well, I've got you 5'9", and I've
There you go.
running a 7300 barefoot with a homemade 80-meter off-center fit dipole. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, it sounded really good. And I'm just goofing around trying to figure out if I can make an antenna out of barbed wire. And it looks like I can.
You're definitely doing well with it. It's getting out really good for you.
QSL looks like we got a little bit of QSB in there, but other than that, great signal. Thanks for helping me test out today. Okay, I got a station in there, just in my noise, Go again. Yeah, Josh, I think that's you. I can't quite pull you out, buddy. Alrighty, November Uniform 7 Hotel. Thanks for helping me test, man. I appreciate it. Alrighty, 73, man. This is November 1, Charlie Lima Charlie calling CQ for a new antenna test. CQ. This is November 1, Charlie Lima Charlie. Any station, anywhere. QSL. I've got you at about a 5555. Over. Alrighty, thanks for the 5.5 into Westfield, Indiana, QSL. Alrighty, man. Well, thanks for the contact and thanks for helping me test this barbed wire antenna. Alpha Echo 4 Tango Golf, QSL.
QSL, you're testing your antenna. It's doing fine down in Tennessee. You're peaking 10 over 9.
Roger, 10 over 9 in Tennessee. You got about a 5.8 here, over.
Yeah, I'll take a 5.8. Hey, did I understand you saying you put up a new long wire antenna, over?
Negative. I'm goofing around with a barbed wire antenna, over.
Oh, okay. I was just curious. All I heard was wire antenna. I thought you said long wire, over.
Yeah, QSL. I'm doing a little video here on you can make an antenna out of anything, and it turns out you really can.
Well, it sounds pretty good on this end. You're still hanging around 5.9, sometimes peaking 10 over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, that's pretty good. Yeah, I got you 5.8. I'm going into a Yaesu FT891, over.
Well, it's doing you a fine job. I'm using an old Kenwood TS40 that I bought years ago when I first got my General, and never have gotten rid of it with an off-center fit dipole, over.
QSL. Well, it's getting the job done. Why change something that's working?
Yeah, I'd like some new stuff, but I'm just too cheap to do it, over.
Yeah, QSL. Well, you get a little bit of wire and you can do all kinds of stuff. And obviously you can make antennas out of barbed wire.
Yes, I can't see you couldn't. Can I get your call sign again, please? I didn't get the last two letters, over.
Yeah, Roger. It's November 1, Charlie Lima Charlie.
November 1, Charlie Lima Charlie, over.
QSL.
Okay, I appreciate it. I'll let you make some more contacts. Your radio and your barbed wire antenna's doing a fine job. 7-3's N1CLC AE4TG. Have fun. Kilo 4, Mike Whiskey.
Kilo 4, Mike Whiskey. Is this Mike?
QSL, it's Mike in Stone Mountain, Georgia. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great, Mike. I appreciate you helping me test this goofy antenna. I wanted to see if I could make a dipole antenna out of some barbed wire, and it seems to be working for me.
Oh, yeah. Is this Christian, I guess? Your name's Christian?
QSL. Yeah, the name here is Christian.
Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Yeah, Roger. Thanks for the signal report. 5.9 there. I got you about a 5.8. Victor Echo 3, go again.
Yeah, Victor Echo 3, Tango Hotel Romeo.
Yeah, QSL, Tom, appreciate the contact. I got you at about a 5'7" here, 5'7", 5'7".
Roger, roger. You're averaging about 5'5", 5'5". So, obviously it's working.
Yeah, running in, loading this thing up with a FT891 going into a barbed wire antenna.
Beautiful. You beat me to it. I was going to do that for field day.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm just goofing around here making a video and doing a, you know, I wanted to get in on with the cool kids on Willet antenna.
Right on. Well, it's working for you. That's the main thing. Enjoy. Thought I'd give you a shout, tell me you're making it north of the border.
QSL, well, thanks for the signal 5-5 into Ontario, Canada, and I'll let you go. Thanks a lot, Tom. This is November 1, Charlie Lima Charlie.
Roger, roger. 73, ZE3 Tango Hotel Romeo.
CQ. This is November 1, Charlie Lima Charlie, testing a new antenna here in Arizona, right on the New Mexico border. Okay, Kilo Oscar 4 station, go again. Okay, I got a Kilo Oscar for India X-ray, and I didn't get the last one.
Hey, no worries. Kilo Oscar 4, India X-ray uniform.
Okay, QSL, I got Kilo Oscar 4 India X-ray uniform. Thanks a lot for giving me a call there, Trevor. I got you 5'7", 5'7".
Hey, thanks so much for the contact, 73,
Okay, it looks like I got 8 contacts. Tennessee, Georgia, Mississippi, Canada, Washington, to name a few. So got some great contacts. It's late in the afternoon here. Let's see, it's currently 24:53 Zulu. So people probably having lunch Easter here, or dinner. But anyway, pretty cool. I'm happy to get this thing working finally. And yeah, it's got it up there in that tree. It's probably hard to see, but I've got it going through the LDG, LDG 1-to-1 balun there. Okay, so here's the big question. I got 8 contacts. It was fun building. Well, kind of fun. So, dog's jumping up on me. You'll go for a walk in a minute. So, would I recommend building a barbed wire antenna? Well, if you got to really MacGyver it and you don't mind getting cut to shreds on barbed wire, then yeah, go for it. It's extremely frustrating experience. I will say that. It took me 2 days to do because I was dodging thunderstorms. So I get about, I don't know, halfway done and the thunderstorm would move in. So I had to pack up everything. And of course, as soon as I get inside, it would clear up. It was funny today. I thought, you know, I should go outside and see if I can get that thing in a tree instead of that stupid pole. No kidding, 60 seconds later, there was a crack of thunder, or about a lightning strike, about a quarter mile away, and then it was pouring. I'm talking hail and everything else. So somebody didn't want me to build an antenna today. But we got it done, and yeah, it's fun experimenting. It worked, obviously worked pretty well. I'm guessing if I was on a mountaintop with, I'd do even better. So you can bring your clippers with you and arbor's line, and you can string up a barbed wire antenna in an emergency. Now, don't take any fence down. You're going to make some ranchers and the Forest Service extremely unhappy. But if you find some laying on the ground and it's about, I don't know, 15 feet aside, you might be able to do it. I'm going to measure this, and I'll put it right down here, what I ended up with each leg. I cut it like 16.5 feet, then I went a little bit longer, and then I ended up folding a lot of it back on itself, which continued to tear me up into shreds. So anyway, there you go. There's your barbed wire antenna. And can you make an antenna out of barbed wire? The answer is yes.